Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Lisa and this is my channel where I share all my crochet makes with you. Today we're going to be doing a bit of a crochet and chat, so grab a hot drink, grab your current whip and settle in while we have a bit of a chat about what's been happening for me. So welcome to all the new subscribers that have joined up in the last couple of videos. Welcome. It's really nice to have some more people joining our crochet community here. That's one of my goals for starting a YouTube channel, was to create more of a community space, and I'm still working on that. It's not where I would like it to be, but yeah, it's nice to know that there are some more people who are enjoying my videos and who are joining in this space. So always feel free to chat with me in the comments. I'm sometimes not the quickest at getting back to comments. It kind of depends on how my health's going and what other things I have happening, but I do try and get back to everyone eventually. So I didn't realize that that style of video was so popular, the kind of pattern roundup challenge type video. So if you've joined because of those type of videos, I will definitely be trying, now that I know that people are interested in those, to do a few more in the future. Generally I do vlog style content, but I'm a very new channel, so I'm trying lots of different things and seeing what works and what things I like to, what style of videos I like to make. So I actually haven't done crochet and chats before, so this is a new one for me as well. So hopefully I'll do okay and you guys will enjoy this style of video as well. The reason I'm doing this crochet and chat as well is because I'm currently moving house, and for those of you who've been following along for a while, you know this move has been a long time coming. I've actually had it planned for earlier in the year, and then I fell sick and had to postpone it, so it's been a long time coming. We started preparing back in April and we finished up the markets back then because we thought the move was happening earlier, but it ended up getting delayed, and it is what it is. But I'm in the midst of moving now. We're packing up the shipping container, and after this video I'll be packing the stuff up behind me, and I did have another video planned which I'll still put out, which is a vlog of preparing some things for my consignment space, and then I have to film the last part of it, which will be going over some of the figures from my consignment space and letting you know how that's going. It's been slightly over 6 months now, so yeah, we've got a few figures to look at, but I won't give all of that away. You can wait for the next one for that one. So I will still put that one out, but yeah, things are just a little bit delayed because it's a little bit hectic here at the moment with packing, and it probably will be like that for a couple of weeks. So please bear with me until I can get back to a bit of normalcy for myself. So I did want to show you a few things today though as well, and I also saw the crochet tag that's going around at the moment, so I might have a go at that at the end of the video as well. So I did want to show you a pattern test that I did. Now this is from a couple of weeks ago, maybe a week or two ago. So it's released now and available now, and it is the Magic Mushroom pattern by Crafty Chaos Emporium. That's Kim, who is at Crafty Chaos Emporium, and she is a YouTube creator and also on Instagram, and also a pattern creator, and this is her pattern here. Now I've added in some extra details on mine, so you can make it a mushroom with a face, or you can just make it a plain mushroom. You can embroider stars on it if you wish. There's two different types of stars in the pattern that you can do. I've done the kind of simpler star, which is just kind of like crisscrossing lines, but you can also do the more traditional star with the sort of triangle shapes. So this is a really super quick pattern. It works up really quickly. You start with the stem, you work that up, then you attach some yarn to some front loops and work out for the under, what do you call this part? Underneath the cap. Then you attach some red yarn and do the top of the cap. It stands up by itself, so whoops, he's got his glasses, so I probably won't do it on my hand. Woo. Trust me, it stands. Which is really cool, and you could like also add some weighted pellets in that if you wanted to, but I myself just use stuffing. I just put it on a flat surface when I stuffed it and pressed down and made it nice and firm inside, and yeah, it stands by itself, so it's quite a well balanced. I have added a little bit of stuffing into the cap, just lightly stuffed, but you can also leave that empty if you want to as well, and it still looks really nice there. You probably get a bit more definition in the top part, so more of a, I don't know how you explain it. I might pop another picture of one that's not been stuffed up on the screen so you know what I'm talking about. I decided to make mine into a Harry Potter. I was originally going to just make like a little wizard. That was always planned. As soon as I saw the testicle and I saw Kim's mushroom with the glasses on, and it just looked like a little, like a wizard, like, you know, something from The Hobbit or something. I was like, oh yeah, I really want to make one like that. So I made my one. But when I embroidered his eyes, he just looked so like eager and sparkly with his eyes that he just was giving Harry Potter vibes. Not old wizard, but young wizard. So I decided that I would make mine Harry Potter. So I embroidered the little scar onto him. And I don't think it takes much to give off Harry Potter vibes with the scar in place. And then the other thing about this one is that I used some of the glow-in-the-dark yarn on the cap. So he actually has glow-in-the-dark stars on top and a little glow-in-the-dark bit of yarn on his scar as well, which also glows in the dark. So I'm absolutely in love with this pattern. Not just because of the Harry Potter vibes, but because it's such a quick, easy, beautiful little mushroom, and it looks so lovely just sitting on a desk. I'm going to be keeping this Harry Potter because I'm in love with him, but I am going to make some more eventually for my market as well. So yeah, great pattern. I think it's been quite popular already, so check that out. I will have it linked down in the description for you, as well as Kim's channel and her Instagram as well, so you can follow along. She also has some other patterns, one called the Big Fat Pig, which is very cute, and she also has a little octopus, which I own the pattern for but haven't made yet. Sorry, Kim, if you're watching. I haven't made it yet, but it is on my to-do list. So yeah, but I'm wrapped with this pattern. I think it's awesome. There were so many great ones. If you go to Kim's Instagram, you'll be able to check out all the different kinds that were made, different sizes in yarn, and how it worked up in different ways, and how everybody was able to put their own spin on the pattern. There's some gorgeous ones done in like a worsted weight yarn. Yeah, so check that out. Highly recommend. And so the other thing that I've been doing this week is actually testing my own pattern, which is going to be a free pattern on Instagram. So that has been going on in the background. If you missed that, that's my Happy Frog pattern, which is a very, very quick little make. Takes under half an hour. I haven't timed it yet, but yeah, I've had some of the testers say it takes less than half an hour for them. So a really good one for like markets because it whips up really quick. The pattern testers are smashing it. I can't wait to show you all their pictures. They're doing such a great job. So many different yarns used. I've had great feedback from them. It's been a great experience so far. I might do a little bit more of a video about that. But so this will be released on Friday the 24th. So come across to my Instagram because it will be over there, and give it a go. And if you do make it, make sure you tag me on Instagram because it would be really cool for me to be able to see other people make it as well. I've been so surprised about the whole process, but just like the excitement I have of knowing I've written something and someone else is creating it at their house. Yeah, I was so surprised how excited that was for me. So yeah, I'd love to see if you do make it to tag me in it. And I just wanted to show you this little frog. So this one is my happy frog pattern, but I've turned it into a little zombie frog. He's missing an eye. He's got a mouth that's been sewn up, and he's got all sorts of little funny growths all over him. So just a fun way to adapt that pattern as well. If you're doing some Halloween markets and want to make something quick, you could give that a go as well. And I mean, who doesn't like have one eye floating around somewhere? You always seem to lose one of them, so good for those like little eyes that have just lost their partners. So yeah, I might do a bit more of a video about the happy frog pattern at a later date once I get settled at my new location, and kind of talk about that process in a bit more detail if people are interested. So something else I wanted to show you today was, and unwrap with you, is I have this little yarn order from Gumleaf Crochet and Yarn. So you may watch Jill on her channel Gumleaf Crochet and Yarn, or you may not. If you don't, check it out. But Jill actually hand dyes yarn, and she had a little sale on Instagram recently, and I decided to purchase some. So as you might know, I am quite a new crocheter. So I started crocheting in March 2004. Yeah.
Oh my God.
I haven't really bought a lot of expensive yarn because I was so new to crochet. I was quite happy just buying budget yarn and using that, and as I've gotten a little bit more skilled, I've been testing out some more expensive yarns. Well, not really even expensive, more of the higher end of yarns at Spotlight rather than the really low end, low price ones. But something I've really wanted to do now that I'm getting a bit more experienced is try some better quality yarns out, because I feel like my skills are at a place where I could use them. And yeah, I guess I just didn't, when I was making mistakes and things like that, I just didn't want to buy the more expensive yarn. That was just my preference. But anyway, I took the opportunity to buy some from Jill's sale, and I'm so excited to unwrap it. I'm pretty sure it's all merino. I bought it a couple of weeks ago, so I'm a bit forgetful about what it was, but let's unwrap it. So Jill has put in a nice little letter, and there's some garment care instructions there, so that's nice. And if you saw this here, we've got some lovely tea to enjoy, and I'm actually a bit of a tea drinker of a night time, so that will be great tonight when I settle down and have those, and a couple of little treats to have along with it. And it's beautifully wrapped up. Enough. Whoop. Oh, here we go. It's hard to do this with one hand. Oh, wow. Oh my gosh. I'm going to put this camera up so I can get a better look. Just hold on. So check this one out. Look at those gorgeous colors. So this is a 10 ply merino, superwash merino, Australian yarn that Jill has hand dyed. And I actually got 2 of these. So very, very similar. They actually remind me of like boysenberry ice cream. I can't wait to use those. It's actually going to be a new experience for me as well, because I haven't bought yarn in a hank before. I think this is what that one is, isn't it? A hank. So that will be fun. I have actually got a yarn winder that I haven't used either, so that will be a fun little process once I've moved to and when I'm ready to use those to wind them out and make something. So I don't really know what I'm making yet, so I'll have to wait and see, but there's 100 grams here, so 200 for those. And then this one is my favorite. Like, look at those beautiful warm colors. There's like pinks and reds and even some like yellowy tones in there, some oranges, even a little bit of a brown tone there as well. I would have nabbed so much more of this if it was there. But I'm really excited to try this one and work it up and see what it looks like, because yeah, that's kind of something new to me as well, seeing how things look when they're worked up from something like this. So yeah, really excited to try that one as well. And then look at this blue. These went so quick. I'm surprised I even got one. Yeah, gorgeous blue colors, you know, from a light blues and turquoises all the way through to like some navies in there as well. Up there's some nice darker ones as well. So yeah, excited to see that. So that's another 100 grams as well. So I'm like, maybe I'll make a beanie or something else. I'm not sure, but I'm really excited about that. And it was a bit of a special treat for me. It is a little bit more expensive to buy this type of yarn, but sometimes it's nice to treat yourself and yeah, go for something that's a little bit better quality and yeah, something special, I guess, something hand dyed and unique. So maybe I'll make some gifts out of it, who knows. If you were interested in purchasing some from Jill, she actually has an Instagram page that's separate from her normal profile. So I'll link that below. I'll put her normal profile, but I also link her yarn selling one. They're very similar names, so I can't remember what it was called, but it's very similar to her normal Gumleaf crochet and yarn name. So yeah, sorry, I can't remember that at the moment, but I will link it below and you can follow along there. I think sometimes she might do special orders as well. So if you wanted something, you may be able to inbox her. I'm not sure, but yeah, follow along to see her next yarn sale, whenever that may be. So I thought I would also give a try today the hashtag that's been going around for the Would You Rather yarn edition, which sounds like a lot of fun. I saw Litza at Coco's Crochet do it, and she did an open tag to any content creators to try it. And so I thought, yeah, maybe, why not? It seemed like a lot of fun. I also watched Jill at Gumleaf Crochet. She answered the questions as well, so I thought I would give it a try. So this hashtag was started by Sam at the channel Manfa Makes. I am new to her channel. I didn't know about her channel until I saw this hashtag going around. So of course I had to go and check it out, because some of these got me thinking, what kind of person makes us choose between these two awful things? But she is lovely. I will put her channel in the link in the description. I'll link it below for you if you want to check it out. But yeah, it it's a lot of fun. She did a really good job. So let's get into it, okay? So the first question is, would you rather have a lifetime supply of yarn or a extra pair of hands so that you could crochet double the amount? So I knew straight away what I was going to choose here. Definitely for me, I would want the extra pair of hands to crochet double the amount. I mean, a lifetime supply of yarn sounds amazing, but just with the yarn that I have here, it's crazy trying to store it all. It drives me nuts. It gets very overwhelming and on top of me. So having a lifetime supply of yarn, like, do I have to store that all now? Like, yeah, nah. I'd rather just buy it when I need it. Also, the extra pair of hands, now that I just knew straight away that's what I would want. Number one, I'm a slow crocheter, so having another pair of hands to double my time on things would be awesome. Number two, I have chronic fatigue and fibromyalgia. So sometimes I have pain or sometimes I'm very fatigued, and that also impacts on how much I can do. So having an extra pair of hands that could be crocheting while I'm doing something else would be super handy to me, because my crochet windows are already very small. I don't achieve as much as what other crocheters do, unless I'm like more well. I have a very fluctuating energy levels. It just depends how things are going for me. So, but definitely I would choose another pair of hands, hands down. Hands down, that's the one. Okay, let's see what number two is. So number two is, would you rather have magic yarn that weaves in its own ends, or magic yarn that changes its color to the perfect color for every stitch? Now, first of all, I was like, I think I was leaning towards having the yarn that changed itself to the perfect color for every stitch, because I thought, you know what? You wouldn't have to weave in any ends then, because you would just use one strand and it would just magically change to what it needed to be. And I thought that's what I was going to choose. And then I thought about it and I thought, hang on a minute, like, that might get a bit boring over time. Like, I've just started doing tapestry crochet, and you're basically just crocheting a rectangle, square, or whatever. The fun of the tapestry crochet is actually changing the colors, and the challenge is in working with the yarn and changing the colors and managing it to create the picture. Now, if I was going to do that with magic yarn, I would just be crocheting a square and then it would just magically appear, and that would be pretty boring after a while. I mean, it would be fun at first, but then it would get pretty monotonous and boring. So I think I would rather have yarn that weaved in its own ends and I just did the color changes myself. And you know what? Sometimes making mistakes with colors is how we learn. So we might use two colors together and we think, oh my God, that looks awful. And we know not to do it next time. So maybe taking that away from us and picking the right colors for us would take away those opportunities to learn how to mix colors and what colors look nice together and what colors are good contrast to use. And yeah, and there's so much variety in what colors people use, and I wonder if you would get that if it chose for you and made it the perfect color, because who says what the perfect color is? How do we know what the perfect color combo is? Yeah, sometimes people make accidental color changes. Like I watched a YouTube creator, Kayla, what's her channel, Cluck and Buzz Crochet. And one time she was making this lovely little stuffy, I can't remember what it was now, whether it was a giraffe or something. I think it was a giraffe. And she ran out of yarn, and then so she had to improvise, and she used some other yarn that she had for the last couple of pieces because she didn't want to remake it. And it looked awesome. It was an awesome accident. So sometimes some great things happen from that we don't expect from using yarns that we weren't planning to. So yeah, I think I would rather just have what weaves in its I think I would have yarn that weaves in its own ends. So number 3 is, would you rather only be allowed to use a number 6 bulky weight yarn or a fingering weight yarn for the rest of your life, or only be able to use the one hook for the rest of your life, either a 2.5 or a 12 mil hook? This one's a hard one. I think for me, I would choose the super bulky yarn. I don't know if we get to use both of those, like a super bulky and a fingering weight, or whether we have to choose one or the other. But the super bulky, I think I would use, I could probably still do amigurumi. I think maybe the blanket yarn might be 6 weight. So I could still do a lot of amigurumi, and I could also do blankets and some bulky beanies and maybe some very thick wearables. I don't know. I feel like that would be, for me, the way to go. I don't think I've ever used fingering weight yarn, or maybe once or twice. I think maybe I bought some fingering weight cotton and used it to make some bookmarks, but I only bought it by mistake because I didn't realize it was going to be that thin. So so definitely the super bulky. But I did see a good tip, some people that were choosing this. I think Jill might have said she would choose it and she would double up the fingering weight, so that could also be an option. But yeah, for me, definitely, I don't think I like a 2.5 mil hook. I just barely use at the moment. And then a 12 mil hook is like huge. I just wouldn't use that either. So yeah, for me, it would be super bulky and then fingering weight. If I could double the fingering weight up. Yeah, so I wonder what you might choose for that, because that one's, yeah, to me, it's like, oh, you know, not great options to choose from there. Yeah, so let me know in the comments what you would do in that one. So the next one is number 4, which is, would you rather make the same pattern over again, the same one for the rest of your life, or be able to make new patterns, but the stitch count be off and you have to fudge it for the rest of your life? I definitely think for me, I could not make the same thing over and over again for the rest of my life. I would definitely get bored. I would lose interest in making it. Even if I could use different yarns, I still would get like just bored. So for me, I would have to go for the other one of making patterns that were slightly off, because hopefully I will be able to figure it out and get it to work. Or maybe just do my own thing for the bits that were wrong. But definitely having variety for me is very important. Even that challenge that I did towards the end of it, doing amigurumi every day, I was getting a little bit bored and started towards the end to do a little bit of my own patterns, because I was feeling like it was being a little bit repetitive. I needed to do something more creative. So I did, that's, you know, how I made my little frog pattern, was I wanted to do something different. So yeah, definitely variety for me is important. You know, I love to do amigurumi, but I also like to just do like crochet in general, you know, wearables and blankets and things like that. So yeah, definitely going with a pattern that was slightly wrong. The last question we did was a bit of a trick question. If you didn't see, they weren't the treat ones, they were a trick. We're choosing between two things that aren't so great, and this one is the same. Another trick question. So this one is, would you rather have to use black yarn forever, for all of your projects forever, or would you rather have to use bobble stitch for every pattern forever? Now, this is what I had to go and check Sam's page out. I'm like, who put such an awful, horrible choice out there? That's sadistic, Sam. No, just kidding. But really, like, the two worst for me. I've ummed and ahed about this one. Now, bobble stitch, I actually made this little lamb in the background here, and there's a lot of bobble stitches on my sheep back there. And after I made that sheep, I was like, I'm not making that pattern again in a hurry. And I decided to keep that one for me because I didn't want to have to remake it. And I really liked how it came out, but I just was like, I do not want to make that again in a hurry. I found it quite a challenge for my hands doing so many bobbles, and of course it uses up more yarn. So for me, even though I hate working with black yarn, not just black yarn, like navy yarn as well, like I find it more challenging, as we all do, because it's harder to see. I think I would have to choose that, but I don't know. That's not a great option either. I'm like, oh, who wants just black? Like, I'll be able to make different things, which is good, but I don't want just black things. Maybe I could like bleach and dye it later. I don't know, but probably preferable to use black yarn over bobble stitches. So I am going with the black yarn for it. So the next one is a trick question too. It's, would you rather make super woolly blankets in summer or have to use super fine yarn for the rest of your life? For me, I chose the super woolly blankets in summer because I don't actually use a lot of super fine yarn at all. And yeah, I don't even know what I would make with it. Maybe some socks, I don't know. Maybe that would be a challenge for me next year, is to actually try some super fine yarn and make something with it. But so far I haven't really used a lot of it. But for me, I love making blankets, so that one already appeals to me. And because I find them relaxing, you can get into a bit of a rhythm when you're just doing a blanket, as opposed to like amigurumi where you're like counting stitches all the time and having to keep track of where you are on the pattern. I find it really relaxing just to be making a blanket. And I also find it sometimes I will sit at a table and have the blanket on a table, so it's not up against me anyway. So yeah, I'm happy to make a blanket in summer. I'll put the aircon on, pop it on a table, crochet away. So that is my choice for that one. So the next one is a treat question. We're ending on a treat, and it's, would you rather have a yarn stash that magically restocks itself, or would you rather have the perfect yarn in your stash for every pattern you own? So this one got me thinking a bit. So if I had the yarn for every pattern that I had, depending on how many patterns, that could be a good choice. The perfect yarn. But I actually don't have a ton of patterns like some people do. Like, I do have a lot of patterns but I don't have a ton that I don't use. You know, some people have purchased a lot over the years and have quite a backlog of patterns. I don't. I've only been crocheting a short amount of time, and I tend to just get patterns when I'm ready to use them. I do have some that I haven't made yet, but it's not a large amount. So I don't know. I don't know if that would be a good choice for me, because I don't have the same kind of pattern backlog. So I wouldn't, for future, it's not something for future patterns. It's just for the patterns that you own now, is my understanding. But if I had a yarn stash that magically restocked, that would be a good option for me. That, like, the never ending Tim Tam box. I don't know, if you're not in Australia, you'll think, what on earth is she talking out with the never-ending Tim Tams? But that's a commercial that we had here for a little while on TV, where there was a chocolate biscuit called a Tim Tam in Australia, and they're like very delicious, and people would wish for like Tim Tams that never end. So they'd finish their last Tim Tam and then it would magically refill again. I think that would be the better option for me, to go for a yarn stash that restocks, because then I would always have the ones that I liked ready to use, and then I could just purchase ones that would, you know, outside of my normal stash. And I have quite a large normal stash to start with, because living somewhere remotely, I do have quite a lot on hand, because I can't just nip down the road to Spotlight, because it's a 3-hour drive away, and then I have to drive 3 hours back. So I do have a lot of yarn on hand that I've built up over the last year, so that when I see a project that I have the stuff here ready to do it. So so that might be the best option for me. I hope you enjoyed that, and I really want to hear from you what things you would choose. So let me know in the comments, and I'm just going to have it as an open tag to anybody who might like to do it as well. Yeah. So thank you for joining me for this little crochet and chat. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will get some more content out to you soon, but in the meantime, bear with me while I have this move going on, and it's going to be a bit hectic. So yeah, I'll try my best to have the vlog that I'm working on out to you soon. But in the meantime, have a great week, and I'll catch up with you next time. Happy crocheting. Bye.